In Russia today, a major breaking story reports that a suicide bomber detonated a blast in a major Moscow airport. The explosion inside Domodedovo Airport has left at least 31 dead, 130 injured. You're looking at some of the first pictures out of there. This is one of Moscow's busiest airports. Russian President Dmitry Medvedev is ordering increased security on all airports and transportation hubs throughout the country. NBC's Keir Simmons joins me now live from London. And Keir, what's the latest?
Well, good morning, Chris. Yeah, President Medvedev describing this as a terror attack. He believes it is terrorism related, and as you say, increasing the security at two other commercial airports and also on the metro system, because remember that Moscow has bitter experience of terrorist attacks like this, not least last year when two female suicide bombers attacked the metro. So they've seen this before. They will be worried in case there might be another attack at some point, although of course as the hours go by that becomes less likely. And I think all eyes frankly will be on the North Caucasus, particularly Chechnya, where these kinds of attacks have, if you like, come from before. That will be where the suspicion will be today. And I understand that Medvedev has cancelled his plans to go to Davos for the World Economic Forum. That's right. I mean, this is clearly a serious attack. At the moment we're hearing, as you say, that there are 31 people who've been killed, 100 injured. It became pretty clear how serious this was as the news emerged. First we heard there were 10 dead, then 20 dead. That figure quickly climbing, and quite possibly our experience of attacks like this in the past is that that figure will go up even further. So, Russia will be shaken by this, and it's frankly not surprising that the President is saying, look, I'm going to concentrate on this, on finding out who did this. Keir Simmons, thank you very much. I want to bring in Roger Cressy, a former White House counterterrorism official and NBC News terrorism analyst, as they're looking to see where this came from, who did this, Roger. And by the way, a couple of eyewitness reports suggest that there might have been two attackers. We certainly don't have any confirmation of that. Where do you look first?
Well, as Keir said, you really do look towards Chechnya. The Chechen rebels have conducted a series of successful attacks. The one that Keir referred to on the subway last March, the leader of the Chechen separatist, Doku Umarov, claimed responsibility for it. Very likely, if this in fact was a Chechen attack, you'll see a similar claim in the not-too-distant future. What you're seeing is that if it is Chechen, that yet again they're demonstrating their ability to operate inside the heart of Russia, inside Moscow, going after mass transportation targets, and demonstrate that despite everything that the Russian security service is doing, they still are not able to keep Russia safe. So that's the message here. The second message, Chris, is going after an airport, there may be casualties of international travelers. And I think one question will be, was that a specific intention of this type of target? Or was it just because it was a target of opportunity at mass transportation sites? So a lot of questions that are going to come up, but this is another very, very sad day inside Moscow.
Yeah, Roger, real quickly, because I just got handed this latest information. They are saying now, according to officials in Moscow, it was a twin suicide bombing, and that the power of one of the blasts, they say, was equal to a 5 kilogram of TNT, that it was packed with metal objects to cause maximum damage. Your reaction to that?
Well, with metal objects, that shrapnel, the whole intent there is to shred the people around you and to cause as high a body count as possible. We've seen previous Chechen attacks where they've had double suicide bombers, so that fits part of their MO. Going after a transportation target like this is also consistent. So as we see more and more information come out from Russian authorities like this, Chris, it becomes even increasingly clear that that's probably the who is behind this. And it'll raise an interesting question inside Russia. What does Medvedev do in response? Does he ramp up operations inside the North Caucasus? And what type of political fallout is going to impact him, as well as Vladimir Putin? And so it's going to be a very dicey time for the Russian political system in response to this type of tragic attack.
Roger Cressy on this breaking news. Thank you so much.